In this video, I am going to give you my biggest book recommendations for beginning readers, okay? And before you get excited, because people get excited whenever I'm like, here's the book to read, I'll give you the answer right now, okay? It's none of these books. It's a whiteboard and marker. If you could buy and use anything to teach your little one how to read, it would be a whiteboard and a marker. That's it. That's the answer. If that's all you get, turn the video off now. Okay? Now, why do I recommend the whiteboard and marker so much? And why do I not recommend starting with any of these sort of beginning readers? Okay? And to understand this, you've got to understand a little bit about how learning to read works. Okay? So when a child is young and they're learning how to read, there's two separate things happening. Number one, there is the time that we spend reading to them. Now, that can and should be anything the kid is interested in. There are books that teach lessons and they have morals. That's great for kids to get exposed to. There are books on different topics, new topics, things they never heard of. That's great for them to be exposed to. There's books on topics that the kid is familiar with, topics they like. My son loves trains. We read him books about trains. All of that is great for us reading to them. Because when we're reading to our little one, we're focused on them learning. We're focused on them understanding themselves and the world around them better. We're focused on telling a story and getting them interested in spending one-on-one time together. All that happens when we read to them. But reading to them doesn't teach them how to read to us. The only thing that teaches a child how to read is teaching a child how to read. So if your question is, what books should I be reading to my little one? That's on you. That is a personal parenting decision that you need to make based on what lessons you want to teach them, what ideas or concepts do you want to expose them to, what are they interested in? That's your choice, okay? Lots of books, lots of pages that talk about read alouds. If the goal is teaching your little one to read to you, we've got to teach them how to read. And to do that, there is nothing that beats a whiteboard and a marker. Nothing. So these books, right, like they're good because they have pictures. And kids like pictures. They tell stories, right? You don't have to think as the parent or caregiver of what words should I show. It's already written for you in the book. But where the books miss is that every book levels and organizes itself differently. So some are going to be easier than they say. Some are going to be harder than they say. Some are going to give the words away in the pictures. Some are going to have words that are too hard. Some are going to have words that they can't sound out. Some are going to have words that have too many sounds, right? Every kid is different and every book is different. So instead of spending time flipping through, looking at every single book and being like, okay, is this one? Is this one? Is this one? Okay, let's see. My kid is working on 3 sound words. Does this have 3 sound words? Does it? Nope. It just has a pattern. It has the picture matching the word, right? This is going to do it. Instead of doing all that time, we can save the time and just say, okay, my kid is working on 3 sound words. Let me write some 3 sound words, right? Hit, cup, sat, mop. And in 20 seconds, I can practice reading with my little one. It, hit, up, cup, sat, set, up, mop. On exactly the sounds they need and the number of sounds they need to learn how to read. I could spend 20 minutes in these books and not find the same value I get from 20 seconds writing exactly what they need. These books are going to have a ton of stuff that's too advanced for them and a ton of stuff that's too simple for them. My philosophy and why I believe that parents and caregivers don't need a lot of time to teach a little one how to read is that if we spend less time, but we focus on giving our little one exactly what they need, that's how they're going to learn to read the fastest. So I'm not saying there is never a time and a place for books like this. Like if you want to do some work with books like this, that's great. It's going to help them start to go left to right as they read, top to bottom. It's going to give them some sense of a story, like all that stuff. But your main practice, when they're first learning how to read, whiteboard and marker. That's my recommendation. I don't make a commission off this. I don't make money off this. I'm not sponsored by a whiteboard company, although I would love to be. Whiteboard and marker. If they're working on specific tricky words, you can put them here. If they're working on specific 2 or 3 letter sounds, you can put them here. If they're working on blending words together, 2 sounds, 3 sounds, you can put them here. Whatever you need, you can put it here, let them erase it, let them play with it. But this is going to save you time, and it's also going to save you money. So if you are looking for more ways to use your whiteboard, I've got a couple tips on my Instagram, some different videos that show here's how I use my whiteboard. The bulk of where you'll find my whiteboard stuff is in my second course, Course 2, Blending Words. And that's where I show you how to get a kid from 2 sound blending all the way up to 4 sound blending, where they're able to read 4 sound words smoothly, okay? If your kid is already at that stage, in my third course, I use the whiteboard to show some more advanced sounds, 2 letter sounds, 3 letter sounds, 4 letter sounds. Magic E, that E at the end that affects the word, right? A lot of these more advanced things I show in course 3. So if you are like, okay, I'm with you, my kid can already read a little bit, how do I use the whiteboard? I've got you covered in my paid courses. Otherwise, I hope this video is helpful for getting started. I hope you're able to save some money and separate out the times when you are reading to them and the books you're choosing to read with them, with the time when you are teaching them how to read to you and the resources that you're going to use to teach them. So if this video was helpful, I know you wanted books, but if it was helpful for you in understanding, please make sure to share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff so you see my stuff next time. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.